And I want to give a shout out here, Tom Boller-Burdan, when he was at St. Benedict, St. John, in Minnesota. He was part of a group that we would kind of bounce ideas and kind of open up our playbooks to each other because we weren't directly competing. And he talked about the three Ps, and so that's kind of where this comes from. You need the personalized and relevant information for students. You need the process-based things. They need to know what needs done. You have to have a promotional, especially early. You need to talk about yourself and be comfortable talking about yourself in ways that make sense. But when I was secret shopping, and this has come across for years now, unfortunately, there was a fourth area where you'd get things like, hey, just checking in, that don't fit into any category. Or, they're telling you about a major you didn't ask about. And so you have this other category of the pointless messages. That's a message either for just noise or a message that shouldn't have been sent. It was sent on accident. I think the hard thing is you have to be direct and realistic about it. That exists. Everybody is well-meaning when you build out your comm flows. No one's going in saying, I'm just going to plug in as much as I can. Who cares if it means anything? It's going to happen, right? Everybody has these pointless messages in there. So being able to talk to people about it and realize that this is not a unique thing that's only they're having. I think if you're doing an internal audit and you come across these, you can't be rude about it and just jump in and say, oh, this is garbage. It's, hey, I think I see what you were going for here. Can we do something else to add some value? If it is just hey, just checking in, okay, let's cut that. I think that comes from a place of, well, if we don't keep talking to the student, and at this point, it's almost talking at the student. If we don't keep doing that, they're going to forget we exist. So let's instead, okay, if you want to send a message this week, it doesn't have to be a text saying, hey, just checking in, how are things going? It's, maybe you haven't sent anything recently about their intended major or about a unique program on campus. Let's instead reach out and say, hey, I just want to check in, make sure that you were still interested in the biology program. We had this really cool thing where students were out working in the local stream this week and wanted to share some of that with you. It's still you're checking in with them, engaging that interest, and maybe they respond and say, oh, I was actually thinking of this other major. Or they see this and they get really interested. They can picture themselves wading through a stream, taking samples, but it's adding value to them now.
I love that piece of being able to add value to every touch point is so important. So you're not just noise in your inbox,
Yes.
because like you said, every institution is sending those kinds of emails that are just noise and not doing anything to serve the student on their journey.
Yeah.
So I love that piece.
Yeah, it is. And I'm a big advocate for pulling double and triple duty with messages. So maybe it is about financial aid, but then you're also walking them through the visit process or the application process or the next, like it doesn't have to be an email just telling them to visit or email just telling them to apply or email just about financial aid. What else can we tie in with it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just richer communications that the student can actually latch onto. And it's not like, oh, here's the fourth visit our institution email I got this week.
Yep.
Because that season.
Yep.
And you mentioned your secret shopping, which has always been another favorite of mine, and your work with senior communication flows.
Mm-hmm.
What surprised you most about how institutions communicate with students and families?